friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Justina, and here I like to make, create, and inspire fun art things with you through my DIYs. Now, as you see by today's title, it is that time again, which is 70 days until Halloween. I can't believe how fast this year is going by, but I am super excited to share today's DIYs with you. If you're new here, I hope you stick around. All you have to do is click on that big red subscribe button down below. It is totally free. But don't forget to click on the bell notification so YouTube can always notify you every time I upload a new video. If you're already a subscriber, thank you so much for being here. I do appreciate each and every one of you. And if you're enjoying today's content, don't forget to smash that thumbs up button. It really does help out my channel. If you know one person that needs inspiration for the Halloween season, please share it to that one friend. It really does help out also. With all that being said, let's just jump right into it and let's art today. Dollar Tree has been carrying these fake rats for years, and every year I pick up about 4 to 5 of them just to add to my collection. But since this year I'm going for a creepy scientist toxic vibe, I wanted to do something with these rats. So the first thing I did was take my X-Acto knife out and started cutting off one of the rat's heads. Now normally they come in 2 different types of positions, like as you see here, one is laying down and one is standing up on their hind legs. I'm cutting off the one that is laying down, head off, because I just like the different look that it was giving, and I'm trying to see where I want to place it onto the rat that is standing up, because I am making a 2-headed rat. I'm taking my X-Acto knife again and cutting off any extra rubber that is in the way so I can join these 2 rats together, and then I just continue cutting off any excess that just gets in the way. Now in doing this, the X-Acto knife does cut off the parts really easily. Just be really careful if you are going to attempt this DIY, because it's really close to your fingers. Just be really careful when doing this DIY. Now that I have the position that I like, I need to figure out how to attach them together. But when I was looking at it, I noticed that the arm was in the way. So once again, I'm taking my X-Acto knife and cutting off the arm that is on this rat. I really felt like a mad scientist while doing this project, because I kept cutting off pieces of their limbs, and I was like, oh my goodness, this really fits my theme for this year. Now that I have everything cut off, once again, I am dry fitting the pieces together just to give me an idea of how the rat will look once I put it all together again. I liked that position, and next I'm adding some grocery bags inside of my rat. This is totally optional. You do not have to do this step if you do not want to, but this helped fill out the rat a little bit more. Since my rats are really old, they were kind of pushed in a little, so this helped give it a better support on the inside and filled them out. I also stuffed a bag into the rat's head, and next I'm going in with some floral foam and adding that right into the hole. Before I add it though, I did add a huge dollop of hot glue on the inside. That way the floral foam has something to hold on to, and I can adhere both of the heads together. I did trim down that floral piece just a little so that the rat's head can fit on top of it. Next, I'm adding a generous amount of hot glue once again to the floral foam and the rat's head on the inside, and pushing down until it adheres together. Now, I do want to suggest that you use some type of extra adhesive. I am using this gel super glue that I purchased from Dollar Tree. If you have E6000, that will work as well, or any type of super glue, because not all hot glue sticks adhere down to rubber. They do tend to flake off and peel up really easily. So this glue, super glue, does help adhere everything down, and then the hot glue is just to hold it temporarily until the super glue had time to completely dry. After my glue had time to set up, this is what it looks like thus far, and there is a gap right underneath his head, and to fill it I am using my lightweight fast spackle from Lowe's, but Dollar Tree does carry some spackle, but you can also use some caulk if you need to as well. You just want to push it into the hole and then pretty much shape it into the natural shape of a rat if it was connected together as conjoining twins. I just continue adding a bunch of this spackle all on the inside and then smooth it out and wait for it to completely dry. Once it was dry, here is how it looks, and I am going in with my apple barrel black paint and just painting right on top of it. I first wanted to give my rats a base color, so I'm just really painting up all of the imperfections and all the places where you see white or holes, just so we can hide it and it looks like a two-headed rat. I did place my rat to the side to dry completely before moving on to our next step. Here's how it looks, and as you see, it's all blended well together. Next, I'm going in with my Folk Art Home Decor chalk paint in the color Oatmeal. Now I'm taking a very dry brush, dipping it into the paint, and then dry brushing it all over my rat. Then any excess that was on it, I just used my finger to wipe off. You can always use a paper towel if you want to, but sometimes you get dirty when doing DIYs. The reasoning for the dry brushing is since the rat is so dark, it's really hard to see all of those details that are on top of it. So adding a lighter color on top really makes those details pop. I didn't realize I didn't record while painting the eyes, the nose, and the mouth, and I'm just using red acrylic paint to paint those on. Next, I wanted to give my rat a stand, and doing so, I found these bowls that I've had on hand that I purchased from Dollar Tree. 12 of them come in a pack, which is a great deal for $1.25. I really love the fact that they're clear, and this will be further explained later. To attach the two bowls together, I am just adding one on top of the other, adding a little bead of hot glue on the outer edges, and then attaching them together and waiting for the glue to dry. Then I will attach the rats right on top, and I'm using a nice dollop of hot glue for that. You can always use a much stronger glue as well, just to give it a more permanent hold. I wasn't too sure if I wanted them to be permanently on the stand, so I am using my hot glue just in case later on I want to remove them. Next, to add a little bit more detail, I'm adding some moss to the outer edges of the top bowl only, and to attach them I am using my hot glue gun. You can always find moss at Dollar Tree. They have them in all different types of colors this year, at least at my Dollar Tree. Then for it to have a little haircut, I'm just cutting off all of the excess around the bowl. I did put my rats to the side so that I can start working on the next part of this project, which is this tube. I had this tube left over from Christmas ornaments that I've been using up throughout the summer, and every time I look at it, I'm like, I can DIY with this, and this is the perfect type of DIY that I want to use it for. Since I am going for a Mad Science toxic theme this year, I wanted my two-headed rat to be one of my specimens, and I wanted it to be in one of those hazardous tubes that hold all of those creepy creatures. Now, the first thing I did was take some aluminum, measured it out to size, and cut it down. Then I'm attaching it to the back of my tube and using hot glue to attach it. Now, before putting the aluminum foil on the back, I did crinkle it just to give it an added texture, and I didn't go all the way around the tube. I wanted some of it to be shown. Now, I did want to spray paint my tube using my Rust-Oleum spray paint in the color flat black, but before painting it, I did want to tape up some of the edges where I didn't want paint. I am using painter's tape just to add onto my tube, and I did make a couple of mistakes throughout this project, so I will let you know so you don't make the same mistakes. I first added the tape onto the wrong side of my project, so I had to go back outside and retape it. As you see here, I'm putting it right on top of the aluminum line where I didn't want the aluminum to show, so I had to take it back outside. Next, I'm just removing the tape after I spray painted. I realized I was supposed to spray paint right there, but once again, like I said, I do take it back outside. Next, I did spray paint the top and the bottom cap of this tube, which I forgot I didn't need to do. Plus, when I spray painted my project, it was super hot outside. I believe it was 103. So when I went back out there after 10 minutes minutes of drying, it started to warp my plastic top and bottom pieces. So I had to throw them away, but thank goodness I had another tube of ornaments that I use those top and bottom caps to use. Next, I'm going in with my black acrylic paint that is really watered down, and as you see here, I'm painting it right on top of the aluminum foil. Then I'm taking a paper towel and dabbing off the excess. I just wanted this to give another depth of layer, just to make it look more spooky and to make it look really old and worn and creepy. This is once again totally optional depending on how you want your project to look. You can always skip this step. After I was done adding the paint to the back of my tube, I then went in with my Folk Art Home Decor chalk paint in the color Irish Green, and I have a really wet paintbrush, dipped it into the paint and started painting on the front of the tube to give it more of that creepy vibe that we're going for, which is toxic. Then I wanted to attach the bottom cap to the tube, and once again, this is where I made a mistake. I didn't need to add the bottom part just yet because we're going to need it to add the rats into the tube, which I still added them in, but it did take a lot of wiggling room. After I added the cap, I then wanted to add this biohazardous zone tape that I found at Dollar Tree. It was about $1.25, and I love the fact that it has that symbol and it says biohazardous. I am trying to put biohazard in the center of my tube. So I added a little dot of hot glue just to hold it in place and keep it centered. And then I removed the excess with some scissors. Then I'm taking more hot glue and adding it to the back of my project, pulling that tape really taut so that the words are clear and you can see it. And then I just attached the rest of it onto itself, once again using my hot glue gun. Now it's time to attach both pieces together, but before I attach it completely, I did want to add a light element, and I'm just adding some lights that I found from Dollar Tree to the back side of my rat, and I'm using hot glue to adhere it down to the rat. I did have to cut a little hole in the back of my tube to fit the lights through, that way the battery pack is on the outside of the tube. For the end cap, I am just adding another layer of aluminum foil on the inside, making sure that the shiniest part of that aluminum foil is facing on the inside of the tube. That way it can reflect those lights back onto the rat. Then I just attached it down back on the tube, and I am not going to hot glue it into place. Instead, I'm using electrical tape to hold it down. That way, if anything happens to the rats or I need to remove something, I have a place where I could just rip off the tape and access my little rat creatures. I'm using that same electrical tape to tape the outer edges so that it is nice and secure. Next, I'm adding that biohazardous tape once again to the top portion. I am using a little bead of hot glue on the front just to hold it in place, and then using hot glue on the back to attach them together. This would look really good with that black and yellow caution tape as well, adding it to the top and bottom. I just didn't have one that didn't have words on it, so I liked this red one. Now I did find this tree skirt at Dollar Tree. It does have some skeletons on the front of it. That is a sticker, but I couldn't peel it off. All I did was turn it to the back so it's on the back side. This way I can add it to the bottom of my tube. It did give it more of a specimen tube vibe. That's why I'm adding it, and I'm just using my hot glue gun to attach the tube right onto that little tree skirt. Lastly, all I needed to do was hot glue the battery pack to the back of the tree skirt, and that completes this DIY. Here is how my two-headed rat specimen turned out. I absolutely love it. I know it's really hard to see from this distance, and I was trying to get a good view with my camera, but if you see it in person, you can see all of the details, and I'm absolutely so happy how it turned out. Now, remember, you can modify it to your liking, and everything you can pretty much find at Dollar Tree. After looking at it, I did add more details later on. I did add little probes to the rats' heads and then added a wire in between so it looks like kind of like the Frankenstein look. And then I added more moss all over my tube, as you see here, just to give it more details and creepy vibes. Remember, you can decorate your specimen tube however you like. If you have more suggestions of what type of creatures I should make, leave me a comment down below. I would really love to know because I'm really getting into the creepy specimen vibe. Another thing I would like to add is the reason I kept the bottom portion clear is because I did add a strobe light underneath. You can also add lights underneath from Dollar Tree. They have purple lights, they have little strobe lights, and they have all sorts of lights that you could put underneath to make your specimen tube light up. I will show you a quick clip of that strobe light underneath, but stay to the very end because I will show you what it sounds like with the sound effects on as well. Friends, that completes today's DIYs for you. I had a blast making this. I am super excited how it turned out and I can't wait to make more. Remember to leave me a comment down below if you have a specific species or weird creature that you would like to see me make. I will try to do my best to make all different types of creatures in the future so you can see and maybe get ideas from. If you are new here, I hope you stick around. All you have to do is click on that big red subscribe button down below. It is totally free. Plus, we would love to have you here, part of our virtual art family. If you're already a subscriber, thank you so much for being here. I do appreciate each and every one of you. If you enjoyed today's content, don't forget to smash that thumbs up button. It really does help out my channel. If you can at least share it to one spooky friend, that will help also, and I would deeply appreciate it. Now, with all that being said, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed today's content, and as always, I will see you in the next one.